All right, welcome everybody to our, I think this is session 20, something like that. Building up a good run of our campaign here of Fort Headstone Hill. Recapping last session, all had picking up after the gunfight in town, capturing one of Heaston's sons, Gatling Heaston, who would seem to be the front man of the little operation. Took him up to the mining plot, Prospector Bob and Len Buckles' mining claim as a hideout, as Prospector Bob had ran off to meet with, I believe, his cousin or similar, just to kind of hide out while things cooled down from his situation regarding the letter that was forged by others to the newspaper and to the mining guild. Anyway, so you went to the camp, and Gatling abound, and there decided to get some much needed rest. Reverend decided to take the first watch, and unfortunately, a friend inside decided to have different plans and made a untimely visit. That fortunate side of things is that there was no major fallouts for the Reverend, other than just maybe some disturbing thoughts and memories that resurfaced. But the unfortunate side of it was that it did allow Gatling an opportunity to escape. He did attempt to, stealing a horse and running away, but in a mad dash, John and Reverend took out after him with JT and a very tired and sleeping Uncle James in the wagon. But somehow Reverend was able to push that steed and catch up to the fleeing Gatling and stop him with a well-timed... what was the first spell you blast out to knock the horse down?
A stun.
Stun, yeah. Stun on Gatling and the horse. I think you hit the horse. I think the Gatling had saved.
Yeah, he was fine.
But he had kind of went prone. And then you hit him with another blind, which I'm sure he appreciated very much. And then recaptured him, took him back up. So we pick back up in the early morning of the 20th of May here, 1884, I believe, a Tuesday now, as the day has rolled over. It's early in the morning. You have your captive once again, who's currently knocked out again, but you've come back to the mining claim, and we pick up there.
Oh. Well, nothing like that's going to happen again. So, y'all ought to be able to get some more sleep.
Appreciate that. It's been a long day. I think you can keep a better eye on them this time.
Yeah, I reckon I can. That shouldn't happen again. If I'm honest, I don't know why it did in the first place, but I should be good for the rest of the night.
So, JT and John, you two would need a couple, 2-3 more hours of sleep to avoid any fatigue. Uncle James, you might need maybe another hour or so yourself as well. Sure, you won't have trouble finding that. But yeah, so the rest of you do need to get a few more. It's still, as I said, really early in the morning. So yeah, so take care of that. Is that the plan for now, or anything else?
Yep. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get some sleep.
I think finish up getting our shut eye, and then maybe see what he has to say, or maybe go talk to Debony.
All right. You set up your captive, who is passed out. Reverend, you
Handcuff him this time.
Yep. Use the handcuffs.
a bit more securely bound this time. Reverend.
And so he's got the cuffs.
He is still. How long does the blind last? Or he has to come out of it, right?
He has to roll to come out of it. But his left arm is cuffed underneath his leg, and his right arm is above his leg. So if he wanted to run away, he'd have to run away with his arms like down between. Yeah.
Crab crawl almost.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Nice.
none of that running shit again.
So, with that, Reverend, you're on watch. The rest of you are able to get a few extra hours of sleep that you need as best as you can. Eventually, coming out of that a little bit later in the morning, still early, here in the mining claim. Gatling still pretty much passed out. Did we removed all the rolls, but did we roll for knockout? I don't know if we did.
It wasn't me that knocked him out. I'm pretty sure it was John.
I think okay. Regardless, he's still passed out. So
When I do get up, I'd like to do a quick just run through of the rest of our things, make sure he didn't grab anything else.
okay. Yeah, you're able to do that easy enough, and it seems that he just wanted to take the opportunity to get out of here. He wasn't wasting time trying to take anything. So.
Okay.
What now?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, we gotta wake up Gatling here and figure out what he knows. What do we want to ask him?
Well, I imagine we want to find out if this is him being hot-headed or if he's doing this under the direction of his father.
Sure. Yeah. And why his father wants him to do that. What he knows about the fake letter from Prospector Bob.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he knows about the letter and why they've been doing what they're doing.
I mean, if I had to guess, it's, they started with the dangers in the mines, and now they're causing danger in town, and Easton may be prepping to step in as the stable or source of stability and safety.
Isn't he already kind of that? I don't get the idea that there's a lot of people in town that would oppose him. Aside from Devaney, but even then.
I think the independent miners in general. But you're right. It's the town's named after him, so it's halfway his. But I guess, is there anything else we do really need to find out besides that?
guess not. We gotta figure what we're gonna do with them though when we're done talking to them. We're gonna try to keep our identity hidden still, or if that's too late, he knows who we are.
We may be past that, but couldn't hurt to try. We don't know.
Well, I think he woke up when we were all sleeping. He got a look at our faces.
True.
Yeah, good point.
Shit, I didn't pick my fucking advance.
Nice. Well, I think potentially reaching out to Ebony, see if he has any ideas.
That's a good idea.
So you want
Because
somebody to ride back into town and talk to Debony while somebody stays here with.
Well, I don't fancy taking him back into town.
Well, no, don't suppose we can do that.
yeah, not good. Hell, it may have been better just to take him straight to the marshal, but seems that the marshal's in the pocket of Heaston anyway, so who knows? But I don't have a great idea of what to do with this boy, but maybe our esteemed friend in the independent miners does.
Who's gonna stay here? Who's gonna go talk to Debony?
Well,
I guess I could say JT stays here, make it convenient.
That can work. You want a Rochambeau for it?
I mean, I can stay behind.
Because you are going back and
It's waking
forth
up.
on what you want to do. You do hear a groan from nearby. Aching moan. Seems that Gatling might be coming to.
Well, first things
Rumbling
first.
out a curse word or two. Sons of bitches.
Oh, good morning, sunshine.
Oh no, I can't fucking see.
Oh, can I? This isn't like 5e where I can just drop that, is it?
Not sure. I think some of them you can drop like that. We can just say that you can.
Okay. Yeah, I'll drop it.
Oh, was just under the effect of that. I thought we couldn't see because we had a bag on his head.
Might have done that too, or maybe that was before. Maybe I think you didn't do that because you don't want people to see him with the bag on his head on the way out of town.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
I think we did put it back on when we got here the first time, but it was off when he left. So
Yeah. Like we said, he probably saw us all laying here sleeping anyway, so it didn't really matter too much.
Reverend, unless a power says otherwise, the caster can terminate it as a free action.
Sounds good.
I don't think that one has anything that says, whatever. So yes. You kind of pull that off and kind of rolls around and... What do you want?
Want to know what?
Why are you trying to run around getting involved in shit you don't need to be involved in?
Well, when you and your crew go around terrorizing folks, I suppose somebody's got to stick up for them. What the hell was your game you're playing at anyway?
Just making sure people fall in line. Lots of trouble brewing in town. Lots of people trying to act out, cause a divide in town, stirring up an uprising. Trying to nip that in the bud.
By pitting two separate groups against each other. Well,
I didn't have any.
Oh, I can refresh them. Yeah, let me.
how does that and making them think it's each other? How does that nip a problem in a bud?
Seems like it's creating more problems.
Maybe from a certain point of view, but
I need to ask, why Prospector Bob? Why'd you have the letter come from him? Because it was you folks that wrote that letter. It wasn't him.
I don't know anything about Prospector Bob.
Is he
I know of
lying?
Prospector Bob, but
Would that be a lie that he's telling me?
give me a notice roll.
I wish I had increased this with my fucking edge. Or advance. There's a 4.
He is clearly hostile, stubborn, and resistant to cooperation right now, of course, as you would expect. You get a sense that maybe he wasn't really involved in the specifics of that.
Oh, I see. You don't know anything about Prospector Bob because your father didn't believe that you needed to be part of that plan. You're just the muscle, right?
You want to tack on,
Little taunt.
yeah,
It'd
taunt,
be-
intimidation, persuasion, anything?
I don't have.
So, if you want, or you can keep going, in kind of using the reactions table here. So he's obviously pretty low on that table. So if you want to try and do something to see if he's gonna loosen up a little bit.
No, of course they didn't share the plans with him, Reverend. He ain't especially the brains of the operation.
Wow.
Hell, we called him twice.
Well, I wouldn't have said that. The Lord, being in the Lord's service, precludes me from saying certain things about people.
Like the truth?
Only when it's hurtful. Now, what did your father tell you? Gatling? Stupid fucking name.
Hell, he probably don't know nothing, Reverend. We ought to just put a slug in his head and leave him for the buzzards.
Now, that I will not be present for such an event.
Do all you please, but this will get back to my father. And anything you can do, anything you do to me, you will feel tenfold.
So, spending your evenings riling up the town. Must have been a while since you got a good night's sleep. Maybe a good thing we knocked you out. Twice.
Lets out a heavy, defeated sigh at that as the thoughts of the pain and the headache continue to throb. Are you all just some kind of vigilantes, heroes coming in to clean up the town? And what you expect is all the trouble? You sure you're working on the right side?
I don't know. John, what do you think about the right side?
What do I think about the right side, as I said?
Yeah. Do you think we're on the right side?
Well, I suppose the side that doesn't go around trying to by the law, run people out of their rightful claims, and terrorizing the city. Seems like the right side.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like something the right side would do.
And how do you see it?
Well, I see it as a tale as old as time.
Hey, Mrs. Potts.
God damn it. I'm not gonna start singing. No one wants that. Your dad came into a little bit of money, too big for his britches. Had a few successes, and now he thinks he runs the world. Except that ain't reality. So now he's using the power that he has to make it reality.
And?
There's no and. Aside from that ain't right. Especially if it puts people in harm's way.
Well, if they come over and join my pa's operation,
Now,
things will be all right.
and that is the ticket, isn't it? Gotta be your pa's operation. Can't be anyone else's operation.
There are no accidents under Eastern Mining. All these independents
Oh.
out here doing things their own way.
Oh, all right. So you think... Now, hold on a second. No accidents under Eastern Mining. Mining's a dangerous business.
You guys would recall the letter from Bob did allude to a recent, mining incident, of course.
In the independent mines, right?
I don't know if you guys ever...
Do we have that letter? Handouts. Yeah, there it is.
Is it F? You guys, hang on.
It's in handouts in Discord to the citizens.
Nope, the letter to the editor, that's not the one I'm referring
That's not
to.
the, okay.
You guys, why do you guys not have this one? I think they're...
Wasn't there, like, am I remembering this wrong? But I thought there was like a big explosion, like before we got here.
Okay, so let me see where this clipping is. And I think, yeah, I think like there's something. Yeah. Why? And that might have been listed in, I don't know if that was listed in like the intro guide, Uncle James.
Oh, maybe.
Okay, it is. Okay, yeah, just a piece of information that hasn't been turned up. So. But you might have heard some stories too about things. You know, in the letter, Prospector Bob did mention something. So.
Okay. April's
That's
tragic
really kind of just.
disaster.
Yeah, and there's some discrepancies on when that date actually is.
Okay.
Between in some of the book stuff, because I think Bob's letter says
April.
Oh, his says April. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think somewhere else it says like February. I don't know. Yeah, there's a few things that contradict, but regardless, yes, they mentioned the blast disaster. So, really, the point there is just, there is one, and what as shitty argument as it is, it's kind of what Gatling's alluding to.
Oh, that since the accident happened in an independent, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta rethink my line of questioning here. Anyone else can feel free to jump in.
It won't take long for someone to start looking for me. This place will eventually be on the list.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Got anything worthwhile back at that home of yours? Believe my brother stopped by.
Right, the smart one.
Sure, that one will be checked out.
I feel like there's something we're missing.
Probably. There's probably
Yep.
quite a few things we're missing.
Yeah. I feel like there's some dots that we haven't connected yet. Maybe just some things that we're not remembering.
So, Gatling, I suppose if all this coming back to us is inevitable, as you say, what's your suggestion then?
Do what we're asking. Join our side. Set an example. These independents.
Why is it so important that he controls the whole bench?
Then he can regulate, provide safe working conditions for everyone out here.
I remember reading something in the newspaper about blowing up trails to the top of the bench. All the trails have been destroyed. Is there something up there that your father doesn't want us to see?
Kind of gives a squint. Doesn't quite follow what you're mentioning.
Yeah, maybe I'm misunderstanding, but trails at the top of the bench have been demolished with TNT, and in Heaston riders detain any who trespass there.
In Houston, what?
Heaston riders detain any who trespass there.
Okay.
That's in the very first newspaper clipping we have.
Your town. Okay. The mining buys half the bench.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Very end.
Yeah, it's just simply him not wanting anyone to kind of go up there and get a special claim, but actually, where does that say that is?
What what is?
The what's the location?
It says the bench.
Yeah.
Trails to the top of the bench have been demolished with TNT. That's all it says. 60 acres of Heaston's new plot lie on the bench's plateau.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I know now what that is.
Okay.
Um.
Oh,
Yes,
really
yeah.
now.
Okay.
Does he say anything different, or is he
No, he just kind of.
really just isn't the brains of the operation?
Just really doesn't want to talk.
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, and like my persuasion's a D4. I got nothing to make him talk. If I had taunt as a trained skill, I could get him to.
I've been trying to taunt him. I've got taunt.
Oh, you fucking talk then.
Well, I did. I called him stupid and wouldn't know anything. And
Well, it's just that they don't trust him. They're not filling him
Yeah,
in.
there's a level of, as I said, he's obviously very uncooperative. Really only improved that so much. But kind of depends what you're after.
well, I don't know what else to ask him at this point.
Well, I think we let him sit and stew for a little bit.
Well, like he says, probably going to be people heading out this way looking for him. So I don't know if we just throw him on a horse and ride him back into town and drop him off at Daddy's doorstep.
One more question. When the Headstone nugget disappeared, were you in on that? Or is that something else that your father and your brothers kept away from you?
Give me another notice check.
Come on.
You definitely see a reaction in his eyes at the mention of that.
So Reeg fucking stole it from them after they stole it from the assay office.
And he says, "What do you know about that nut?"
Well, I might know something. You're gonna have to tell me what you know first.
And that house of yours?
Ain't our house.
Boys, better kill me now. Cut out my tongue. Do
Why is
anything
that?
but I will be relaying this information.
What information?
That you know about that nugget.
What's in the goddamn paper?
Yeah.
Whole damn territory knows about the nugget, dumbass.
What do you know about the nugget? Because it was you who stole it from the assay office. Wasn't it?
He just kind of blankly stares. At that.
I'm just going through the player introduction, trying to read some more, trying to figure out what we're missing. I don't know. This guy's not going to talk. What do we do with him?
Well, you said we should kill him. I guess he's got a death wish.
I will not be party to a murder.
I don't know which newspaper.
I think there's a discrepancy between the player's guide as well, in regard to the nugget.
Because the nugget says
I don't know that it got stolen from the assay office.
someone removed it from a lock. Yeah, well, that's what it says. Someone removed it from a lock cage without disturbing the bars.
Is that in
or
the
lock.
timeline thing?
No, it's down in the threats and rumors.
Okay.
I think we've talked about this before, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
I kind of was under the impression that Heaston had it and it was stolen from him. But I was apparently wrong about that.
Okay. I think that, like, as it says, I think that's maybe a rumor side of it. Like, I don't think that's necessarily.
Oh, I thought it was, okay, well.
What's necessarily?
It's not necessarily truth that it was stolen from the assay office.
Oh.
Does it say does it say that it was stolen from Heaston as well?
No, it says that it vanished from the SA office.
Okay.
The nugget that sparked Heaston Hill's boom vanished from the assay office. Someone removed it from a lock cage without disturbing the bars or the lock.
Okay.
So that's saying it was stolen from Heaston.
Well, no, the assay office works for the county. And
Yeah.
so it goes on to say independent miners swear the thieves must be Heaston's sons, while Heaston's people suggest some poor miner swiped the nugget for his or her own enrichment. Others speculate the Sage Dragons gang may be to blame, since they specialize in cracking safes and robbing bank vaults.
Gotcha.
But he got real fiery when we mentioned the nugget, which I take to mean that he stole it.
So here's another thing where it does say it did arrive at the assay office.
So I retract my statement. It wasn't in the paper. It's just a rumor.
Well, it is in the paper.
Oh, it is in the paper that was stolen?
Yeah, I believe so. Hold on, Heaston Hill, City, Wyoming.
Getting confused between all my handouts and which ones were
Yeah.
paper and which were notes from Rig and which ones were what.
Yeah, it might not have been in the paper. I don't think we have a...
Alright, I retconned that,
They called him a dumbass.
I called him a dumbass. I retract.
It's in the paper. That was a good line, though.
I was like, how you know about that? And I was like, didn't we all read
I
it?
thought it was in the paper as well, which is why I mentioned it. It's just a rumor.
Yeah, right. I think that's kind of what it is.
Okay.
Like, I think. Yeah.
Well, could we not go down? Like, it's not. I thought, okay, maybe it's not on display. I thought it was like on display in the assay office. It's like, hey, look at this big ass chunk of.
Right. I think it just showed up there, and probably it was more. I'd say more story of Easton comes in, basically, hey, I want that, and is able to basically tackle it, grab it. So.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. I mean. Yeah. That's all we know. We know that Rig had it for some fucking reason. We don't know where that guy went. Although, so he was sent here. I didn't realize that he was sent here to investigate the Aspen Forest out to the east.
Who's that?
Rieg.
Okay.
Oh God.
Oh, he was, and he just popped in here for fun.
Well, several folks. I mean, yeah. So it's nearby, I believe, is the
Basically, surrounding area.
yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Investigate it for what?
What?
Investigate it for, I guess, what purpose?
Several folks have gone missing.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Sorting out the forest enigma was Agent Rieg's primary reason for traveling to Uinta County. If anyone knows for sure what lurks in the woods, they aren't talking. Then it also mentions Blood Pond. Todd really wants us to go to Blood Pond.
Go visit there.
Is that in the original letter from?
No, this is in the player introduction.
Oh, okay.
Still.
Well,
Guess we can go back and say,
any of this you're saying in character out loud?
No. I'm not talking about Rieg.
Oh yeah, true.
Actually, could talk to you fellas outside for a second?
Sure.
now don't you go anywhere now.
Or do. It would actually be kind of funny to see.
He kind of like he's like slumped over still, and
He has
just,
to be.
Yeah, he like on his side though even, and he just more just the gesture than necessarily probably connecting when he talks a big mouth of spit at you guys as you.
I think that one rattled him a bit.
Your mother would be ashamed of you, boy. We'll be right back.
So I guess
Go far
if we
enough
can
away
get
that it's not going to echo down
out
the
of
cave.
earshot.
Yeah.
But we can like see it just in case he hobbles. And they want to come whisper. Now maybe we kind of leverage not the truth of the nugget, but Reek did have it, or Zalius had it, gone missing. Now maybe we could get Easton to actually help us try to find him.
But under
Because I think last time we brought it up to him, he seemed a little shifty about it, if I remember correctly.
Wait, so you think he might know where Buckles is?
well, he knew Buckles was Reed, didn't he? If I remember right.
He did.
He
When
knew
did you
his,
find that out?
I think we found out.
Basically, the first so you guys were summoned to go have a meeting with him by his son, by Max.
Yeah,
And he came in and basically said, "Hey, I know
you're
everything
looking
that
for this
goes on
guy."
in this town.
Yeah.
Stay on your side, I'll stay on my side, and we'll be good."
Basically, just a meeting to say, "Hey, look how big my dick is. Don't fuck with me."
Yeah.
Don't say that to RPG characters.
What'd you do?
Thoroughly fucked.
Pulled his pants down and.
Yeah. All right. Let's not continue that analogy. Let's move on.
But
Well, what are you thinking there, Uncle James? Gonna just ride back into town, drop him off at Houston's place, and say we're here to talk to his dad? I suppose that's I'd rather
That's
do that than a posse
get us
of
hanged.
posse of his boys show up out here in the caves in the mine.
Well, we could use him as leverage. The old we go in for a meeting with him, leave one of us behind, and say, "Oh, sorry," and if our associate doesn't hear from us in 3 hours, your boy gets a bullet in the skull. That ought to keep us safe.
That's if we got enough time to get there before they come riding out here looking for him.
Yeah, that's true. What do you think, James? Do you think, I mean, he's not going to tell us anything. I don't suppose
Yeah. The only thing he really perked up about was the nugget.
Yeah, he seemed pretty angry about that.
Guess we can go back and press on him some more about the nugget.
That
I was just thinking, giving up that little bit, even though it's partially true, may loosen him up, but could be a big risk.
So we tell him we know Buckles had the nugget
Before he disappeared.
before he disappeared. We figure he made off with it. Or wait, no. Or we thinking that they have him.
No, I think saying he made off with it, because part of it is trying to find Reeg, and if they have a reason to try to find him too, may
Okay.
help our cause. That was my thinking.
Makes sense to me.
And, maybe a reason to keep us alive if we have or not send a lynch mob after us if we have a good chance of,
Any flaws,
reason with them.
Todd, any flaws in our logic here? Anything that we're missing? That we've forgotten about?
In what regard?
In the fact, like, they were looking for Reeg as well.
I don't know that they were.
Were they not? Okay.
I don't think they were.
Yeah, I think it
but
was
if
like
they thought he had the nugget, then I bet you
Right.
they would be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, like I said, Heason said, "Hey, I know what's up with him," and
I'm remembering, like, we had heard he disappeared with, like, potentially, what was it, the Ghost Steel gang? And I think I remember Heason
Yeah.
just being like, well, people disappear, so, like,
Right.
too bad.
I was
but you guys went and talked with the ghost. You guys
I was gone
with the
for
ghost
that
too.
that session where you guys found out. Remind me again, what did they say about him?
Didn't they save him from something, and then he gave him the gun as like a thank
Yeah.
you, and then
He just
that's the last
He
they saw
gave
him?
the woman the gun as a thank you, and she got found with it and then put in jail, I believe.
right.
Heason had also told you that his Gatling pistol,
Yeah.
Elmer Blaine down at the Aspen Lounge just added one to his collection, so you guys hadn't really further that. But you knew that basically he got that from what's her face, and Scarlet, yep. And so you went out and then you dealt with Big Bad John, and yeah, basically Bud Ballack, said, "Hey, we helped Len. He was in a tight spot one night on the bench, hiding out from Wister's men when came across Buckles fighting off a couple of miners, acting weird. We tried to reason with them, but they wasn't having it, so we had to put them down. When we did, it sort of just dissolved. Buckles didn't seem surprised, but he was in a hurry to get back to town for some reason. He was afraid he might not make it, and promised there'd be a reward if we deliver this piece of paper to an agent or ranger. That was the combination that you got. Said, and they just kind of continue. We ain't exactly been eager to find such an individual given our careers, but
They gave
and then
it
he
to us.
hands it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's and then yeah.
Where
then
was that?
he said just
On
kind of
top
up
of
on
the
the bench. Just up on the bench somewhere. So
We haven't heard anything about people dying and dissolving.
right.
D&D brain says that that's a demon, but that doesn't mean anything here.
You think that's why they blocked it off?
I don't know. That's
much about-
So we've had the information about it being blocked off from the beginning. I clearly didn't read it.
I just read it and forgot it. But so wait, so let me get this straight. They helped Reeg near the top of the bench, and he was fighting off those.
So it says on the bench, which
Okay.
I think is a bit more, like the
Broad.
bench is the bench. It's very broad,
Okay.
so it's not necessarily like on top, just somewhere in.
Right.
Yeah.
He needed to get back to town for some reason.
But I do wonder if it being closed and those miners are connected. Maybe
Well, maybe.
some bizarre overexposure to the ghost rock or something's causing them to.
Act weird and dissolve when they die.
Yeah, you never know. Seen it do weirder things, but
That's true. Why did Reeg need to get back to town so bad?
probably had to go see the doctor.
Probably had to go move the damn rock. Except no, he had it buried under. We found it buried, didn't we?
Yeah, it was buried in the basement.
How in the hell was he living in that house? He was going crazy. I forgot about that. Never mind.
Yeah.
I don't know why he never put it in the safe if he had the key and the combination for it.
Well, could be.
Do you think it's possible he just didn't know it was there?
But
Yeah, that's also possible.
Like,
he
I don't
did.
think we've ever discussed that before. Like,
it just was in his house. Who rented
Yeah.
the house before him? Wait, but okay, was he? Let me get the timeline straight. Was he in town when it was taken?
that's what I thought, but
Does he? Okay, we need a freaking calendar.
we need that calendar in the year so we can. Oh my goodness, this is the most exciting.
Yeah, I'm sure the
Session by
audience is
far.
loving this.
As we
So,
bash our heads
I
against
think-
a puzzle, like an orange against a brick.
There is a timeline, but I don't know how much. Is there one in the player's guide too?
No, there isn't. There isn't one in the player's introduction. There's no timeline.
There's not. Okay.
No.
So. Nugget is discovered February 1883.
Okay, it definitely says it was discovered in January 1884 here.
The Nugget?
Yeah. In January 1884, a down on his luck prospector named William Phoenix dug up a 66.6 pound ghost rock nugget from the Uinta foothills.
Wow. Those two things are so bad. Like, as I said.
Good lord. All right.
What? Okay, but you don't have like a timeline like I do, so you probably don't have further.
Nope.
So March, there's like the rock rush starts.
Yep.
Houston arrives in July of '83. August, town is renamed.
That's fucking quick. When did Reed come to town?
So, I think Dr. Kirk had mentioned this. I don't know if how deep he went into talking about when he arrived. He arrived September 83. 'Cause he was hearing rumors of the disappearances and sent a telegraph to the Twilight Legion for help.
So
Kirk is the reason that a letter went out basically to
Okay.
you all, say, hey, yeah. Because Debony originally came out. Sorry, not Debony.
Kirk.
Reeg
Came
Reeg
out to investigate the
came out.
disappearances.
Yeah.
God, he was an ugly bastard, wasn't he? Just looking at his picture. He's not a pretty man.
So he came out in September, but when was the nugget stolen? Or rumored that it was stolen?
When did the rumors start? Yeah.
I don't know that it gives any specifics on that.
That sucks.
Let's see. You guys have went around town. Big news. Let's nuggets. Yeah, because they say like this rumor says that the nugget sat in Heaston's place for like a year, and then someone stole it.
So just don't use the player introduction is what I'm hearing from this, because that's
I think
not
like
at all what it says.
Timeline wise, yeah.
So, okay, so then he would have been here theoretically because Heaston came in July.
Yeah.
And Reed came in September, and
So he would have been here. Well, not necessarily. It could have been stolen before then.
You know that. Actually, no, I don't think that. Nothing says that.
none of his notes mention it, but the safe is kind of conspicuous. Just the
Okay, no, he did. Reeg said that, or Kirk said that Reeg was always asking people about the Headstone nuggets.
Did it?
So you would know that Reeg knows about it, whatever. But he doesn't, he never says. And Kirk did say, soon after the nugget went missing, Reeg started looking like a dead man. Wasn't getting much sleep at his house. I prescribed him a tincture that seemed to help. And then basically, he ran around with Millie, working the mine, sneaking around town. Suspicious of Heaston, also talked about Debony, all the local gangs, and even Bogwater Bill. And then basically after that, kind of... anyway, just before he went missing, he said something about a secret society in town. Never heard anything more about it. And he was gone. You do have a little note that kind of touches on that as well.
Right. The one that says...
And those notes were all effed up too. Of course, the front and the back, but that didn't really matter.
Okay, so scratch what I said about maybe he just didn't steal it. Cause...
Yeah, no, he definitely stole it. Well, okay, but he was here investigating Aspen Forest. Why the fuck did he steal it? Unless it had something to do with the disappearances.
Maybe.
Do we need to go to the Aspen Forest and start picking up his trail?
Probably should have been doing that.
The secret society in Houston Hill, but I can't figure out what they're up to or who's behind it. Whoever they are, I don't think Houston's part of it. I feel no closer to solving this than when we started.
Went back to the dance hall, speak Clovis again.
He was in his cups and Let's Coherent last time. At one point, I didn't realize he was watching him, and he looked at himself in the mirror as if seeing his own face for the first time. What the Sam?
Okay, and he was talking about Bogwater Bill. We've heard there's a song about Bogwater Bill, right?
Yeah. And that one drunk guy said he saw him. And we called him crazy, even though we were talking about walking skeletons.
Aliens, yeah, yep. Yeah, so the there is a, I forget her name, down at one of the places. I don't know if it's the dance hall or not the dance hall, but somewhere else.
The restaurant, or
Yeah,
I think. Vaguely remember.
I feel like, what's his name from It's Always
music,
Sunny?
the music hall saloon. And I thought, yeah, the guy that you talked to at Angel's Corner, I think, mentioned that. Said, yeah, over at the music hall, you know,
There's a.
Lala sings the ballad, tells the story.
about Bogwater Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that written down. I mean, what? Okay. So okay. I don't know what to do with Gatling. And a lot of our leads are in town.
Yeah. I say we just take his ass back to Heaston. Say we were just concerned citizens trying to stop some carrying on, and we realized it was him. We brought him back. Obviously, we didn't kill him. We could have.
You think
Yeah.
Easton's just gonna be? Sinister secret society against Easton.
And maybe to Uncle James's point, we perhaps try to make ourselves seem like allies of Heaston. We can help him recover the nugget, perhaps, or investigate where it's gone for him. A man like that usually doesn't have much use for you unless you're have a purpose for him.
So we tell him. So you're saying we bring Gatling back to town. We take him to Houston. We say, we know Len Buckles had the nugget. We want to find him. You want to find the nugget. Once we find him, you can have it. And we use that to bargain for being able to access the town without being shot.
And hopefully at the top of the bench.
Well, let's not push our luck.
Yeah, 'cause we need to be able to get back into town and move around
Yeah.
freely without looking over our shoulders, ain't we? Good figure
I
this thing
mean-
out.
The town doesn't necessarily know it was us.
Well,
Now, someone might have seen.
and Houston's got a lot of heat on him right now. A bunch of independent miners outside his office were pretty mad.
I mean, honestly, Gatling could just be saying that to spook us into let him go, but
Well,
it
no,
may also be true.
we saw him. We saw but big protest of miners outside Houston's office,
no,
didn't
no.
we?
That
Oh,
they're already looking for us.
yeah, that's true.
Because everyone else in his group we killed, and I mean, maybe a townsperson saw us, one of us, but I mean, it's still.
Somebody
It'd
killed
be time before.
killed him, and
No,
the pile of bodies there outside
no
of.
witnesses if you kill all the witnesses. um, but
Okay.
I mean, we were mostly in the dark anyways, so I don't know how true Gatling's statement is that
Well, and
it is going to be conspicuous that we're just gone. But
Yeah, I was gonna say we either need to leave here because we don't want them coming back here and poking around
yeah.
and take them back to town, or somebody sits on outside of the edge of town and the rest of us go in to talk to Houston. But I guess I'm just saying at some point we probably got to go in and try to talk through this.
Who do we send to talk? Because I think we've got a decent shot at not being shot.
Yeah, as long as we don't send JT to do the talking. There's been
Also, I have written down in my notes, Ghost Rock corrupting the aspen trees, question mark? No other context. God damn it!
we're bad at this.
We're so bad at this. Oh!
we get derailed for 3.
That's right underneath Ghost Steel Gang and like the Ghost Steel Gang stuff.
Okay, so hang on. I will maybe provide you with some
Little
context,
context.
there.
God
Yeah,
is
that.
being a very gracious God.
we spent a month on that mountain. So
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, your old friend Dr. Moon.
Doc Moon was talking about Ghost Rock corrupting the aspen trees.
Yes.
Hey boy. That is probably a lead we should investigate. Okay.
Well, Dr. Moon did.
I mean, yes. I'm just talking about the aspen trees themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so I say we send someone into town to talk with Heaston. Say, hey, we have Gatling. There were some mistakes were made last night on all parties.
Most of them his.
Probably don't mention that. We say, we want to find Buckles. You want to find the Headstone Nugget. They're together. We know Buckles had it. That's not a lie. We do know he had it. And then say, once we find Buckles, you can have the nugget.
Yeah, I guess
As long as you don't kill us.
risk with that.
Yeah. He's gonna
is,
ask what's your trade-off here.
You don't kill us.
That's it. That's all you want is.
We want access to the town. We want access. You see, if we ask for access to the top of the bench, he's gonna know we're poking around in his shit.
oh hell,
Well-
we're just gonna tell them we're following up on trying to track
We
down
know he was
Buckles,
up there.
and that may take us around town, may take us around the whole damn county.
We need access to the whole county. The whole damn county.
That's right.
So why can't you go back into town right now?
I don't think
No.
there's anything stopping us.
No,
'Cause
that's what I said. We're gonna. I think we're gonna
Marshall's
head
in
to town.
Heaston's pocket, I thought. Okay,
Right,
maybe
but my
I'm
point was, like-
over fucking thinking this then.
Why would they be looking for us?
I mean, aside from like maybe I don't know, I was preaching. There's only one other preacher in town.
So the question is, do we take him with us, or somebody like JT and his wagon just sit outside the edge of town and wait for us to ride in, the 3 of us, and talk to Buckles, or not Buckles, Heaston?
I'd love to talk to Buckles. Holy shit, would that make this easier?
Got a couple, there are some fringe things you can need a place to take your captive. There's certainly
We may
things you
need a
could go
new
visit.
place to move the nugget, because, I mean, he was right. If he goes back there, he's going to tell him, well, at least about this place, and there's a good chance they're going to come ransack it.
He
Even
doesn't
if,
know where he is. He's in a cave.
He's been in mine before, hasn't he?
Yeah, but
He's probably-
he's. Is he aware? Okay, if he's aware.
Well, and he left it too. He rode away.
Yeah,
That's a good
yeah.
point. Yep. All right.
but
Yep.
yeah,
I have blocked that event from my memory. That was a shit show
you were fantastic, though.
by some fucking miracle, dude.
Ride like the wind.
Ride like the wind, even though your horse hates you. Oh, what? Do we just let him go? I mean, even if they come here, we're not gonna be able to get into the safe.
Yeah, I say we just take him back to town with us and talk things through with Heaston. Todd mentioned other places to go, but I'm trying to think of the places.
Well, we made
Hard
friends
enough
at the
about.
Crittenden Ranch. I'm not sure that's a good idea. We also could give him to the Ghost Steel Gang. That'd be kind of funny.
we have to find him.
Yeah, that's not an easy thing to do. Alternatively, could take us could take him with us to the Aspen Forest.
Going on an adventure, buddy.
Just ride off into the forest now with him, dragged along.
I mean,
Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe we have him sit with JT maybe somewhere outside of town, and we go in and talk to Heaston
okay.
and/or Debony. I feel like we've got a.
I'm good with talking to Devaney first. 'Cause if we
Yeah.
make some sort of deal with Heaston, he's going to send people to follow us. And I'd rather not have his goons see us talking to Devaney.
Okay. We want to do that then?
Let's do that. Because we're making no headway here. Spent an hour and 20 minutes smacking our heads into the wall.
That's what we
Yeah.
do best.
We're assuming that we're stupid and we're not putting things together. But it could be that we just don't have the information we need yet.
True.
I'm still leaning towards the first part. But, like, it could be the second one.
I'm gonna say at least 50% the first part.
Yeah.
What are you sons of bitch doing out there?
Digging
Oh, we're just talking about how much
Frustrated
we
cry
like you.
out from the cave.
Gotta dig a hole deep enough for your ugly ass to fit in.
Fucking assholes.
Oh. Might have a JT. Shockingly, he has not missed much.
Oh,
So-
what is the plan?
Okay, I think ride into town.
Talk
Leave.
to Debony.
Yeah, talk to Devaney, and then talk things out with Heaston. Because Todd is right. We could. I mean, there are places where we could take him, but it would take. We'd have to find the Ghost Steel Gang, or we'd put the people at Crittenden Ranch in danger, or even hell, like. Hold on.
Have no fear. The voice of reason is here.
Oh, I don't think that's true. We just spent an hour and 20 minutes trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
The fear level is rising.
Well,
The demons are coming. And Lilith is cranking.
wait, see, we're not talking about the Ghost Rock. We're gonna leave that part out because Heaston got real cranky when we mentioned it.
You went and saw Easton?
No. That's what we're about to do.
Oh, Gatlin. Gatlin.
Yeah.
Easton.
Just wait for the plan. 'Cause our plan right now is to
Big,
ride
real
into
big
town,
brain.
go talk
Dragging
to Devaney,
him behind the cart.
or put him in the cart, like normal people.
The hell makes sense?
And then go talk to Devaney, and then go work things out with
Daddy Easton.
yeah. We figure we've got enough leverage. Probably won't kill us.
Did we learn anything from Gatlin Easton? Like,
This
was
dude-
there conversation?
Yeah, we tried to talk to him. He's kind of a dick.
And also upset that we knocked him out twice. So
Yeah. He might have a concussion. I'm not a doctor. I can't really diagnose that, but he probably had some permanent brain damage.
Did we try with actual intimidation, or did we fake the intimidation?
Called him stupid a couple times.
I tried taunting, but I didn't get anywhere with it.
Really? Taunt?
Um,
That's a JT skill that I'm swapping out right now.
I have taunt, so it's
John
been
did
doing
threaten to put a bullet between his eyes, but he just said, whatever you do to me, my dad is gonna do 4 times worse to you, so
Ah,
basically
cute.
fuck around and find out.
So we'll go get him married at the brothel house and lavish money on him, and then his dad will do 4 times that to us. It's not a
Yeah,
plan.
that's what he meant. Yeah. What did you say? Voice of reason? I mean, if you want to try to talk to him, we absolutely can.
Nope. If I talk to him, his fingernails are coming off. So let's not do
Lord.
that. Let's not do that.
He doesn't seem to He doesn't seem to know anything. He didn't know about Prospector Bob's letter. He didn't know about that part of the plan
So why was he burning down half the city?
because his dad told him to. We kind of think he's dumb. He's like the brain. He's not the brains of the operation.
Maybe not
I mean-
dumb, but he's just not trusted with all the inner workings.
Right. They didn't name him, Abraham Heaston
Yeah,
or Ezekiel Heaston. They
The
call him
joke-
Gatlin Heaston.
the joke was made. We
You know the
also
beautiful thing about the Gatling gun, right?
it's loud and annoying.
Any idiot who can crank a bucket can use it.
Oh, that's clever. I should have thought of that.
Okay, so, all right, so we're on our way into town. I'm gonna do with this. We're on our way into town. We're gonna
Well,
talk
we
to
haven't
Devin.
left yet. We were still standing around talking.
Like assholes.
Other things that we have revisited and thought about. Information that we've had since the beginning of the campaign. Buckles was here to investigate the disappearances in the Aspen Forest. Doc Moon said that he thought that Ghost Rock was corrupting the aspen trees. And also, the top of the bench has been sealed off since Heaston laid claim to it. They blew up the trails to get up there.
Also, maybe connected.
Perhaps.
My crack theory.
Unless there's a teleporting gate from Heaston's bedroom to the top of the bench. I'm not really seeing how they're maintaining control of that.
I mean, they got riders out there arresting
Yeah, but if
people.
they blew up the trail,
I
they
think
can't
it's
get
for
back
like
up.
carts and stuff to.
Yeah, carts can't get up there, but they're like it says in the newspaper, like Heaston's men are arresting people that go up there.
Are trespassing.
Yeah.
And we know that Reeg encountered those weird actin miners that turned to goop.
So the running theory is that's where Reeg is. He's on the bench.
Well, I don't want to say that.
But
I
there
wouldn't-
could be like
Yeah.
a reason why Heaston closed it off that's related to like if those were miners that disappeared, maybe that could be part of what's going on with the disappearances.
Yeah, my
Right
current
above
theory is that whatever secret society that Buckle stumbled into is was that a significant cough? Were you trying to get my attention, or are you just coughing?
Just cough.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to be sure. My theory, and this is probably bullshit, whatever secret society that Buckles found in town is corrupted by, working for somehow, something to do with the Ghost Rock. And they're taking people. And that's as far as I've gotten. My smarts is a D6. My IRL smarts is like a D5.
Plus, we've got the weird guy at the dance hall we never talked to. We
That's
just
right.
Note about him.
And also Bogwater Bill.
Yeah, so we gotta get back into town and start talking to people more.
Well, do you want to do that, or should someone go into town, get Debony, have him ride outside of town? We can talk to Debony out here. That way, we don't have to bring Heaston in.
Right, we were going to leave one of us out of town with Heaston. It was going to be you until you actually showed up.
No, that's fine. I can still do that.
Should someone watch him so that Gatling actually has all of his nails?
I'll stay with JT. The Coopers can ride into town.
I love how James is the one who picks up on the fact that leaving JT alone with Easton is probably a bad idea.
You said explicitly if you talk to him, his toenail, like his fingernails are coming out. Like that's
Not what he
a
meant.
very...
He's taking it off for a fight.
His nails? What?
You know, when chicks with long fingernails get in a fight, they snap them off and are getting ready to throw down.
What?
No.
No.
Y'all have never
No.
ever came across this.
No.
Is that the implication, JT?
I would like to point out that the
I think he was
GM
gonna-
just compared JT to a crazy woman with fake fingernails.
I think he was going to torture
That's
him.
what. Yeah, you said fingernails are coming off. You're gonna fight.
No, like pulling his fingernails out.
That's even
torturing
worse, though.
him.
That is, but okay,
Yes.
that is worse.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what we thought he was doing. Was
Yeah.
like, torture.
Amazing, though.
God, for the record, it was real torture that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is that within Twitch terms of service? Can we do that? It's
no,
probably
we
fine.
can't. We have to do that off camera.
So you can't actually torture someone. Okay, good to know.
Okay,
Just
Right there.
imagine you getting out like a mannequin.
Demonetized.
so we leave the mad scientist and the dead man with Heaston. That
Couldn't
won't
get any
turn out.
worse.
Couldn't
No,
get
it'll
any
be fine.
worse.
It'll be fine.
Totally fine.
All right, we're gonna ride in and go talk to Debony.
That's the plan, and we're doing it right now. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Do it. Do it.
Jesus H.
Hey, so who's going
Bartholomew
in?
Christ. The
Me and
Coopers.
John.
Yeah.
It only took us an hour and a half to come to that decision.
It was.
We did
It
like
was-
a full campaign
we did-
recap on a lot of the
yeah.
notes and things we've.
Yeah, we remember things better now.
This was the flashback episode.
You know,
It's like the review episode right before the season finale.
So it is still early in the morning. You ride into town. Where are you heading?
heading to.
Do we know where we can
Holy
reasonably
place.
find Ebony?
He could be at the Frontier Store. He could be at his cigar lounge. He could be at Fort Bridger as the
That's a
sumpter
good
there.
point.
So he may be at some other establishments that he
Pickle store.
owns around town as well.
Yeah, we'll go to the store to start with. I gotta buy.
Yeah.
I gotta buy some stuff anyway. I got that money JT gave to those guys on the mountain. I can buy my armored vest now.
Oh yeah, how much? How much money did we all get from that, or do you just have the money?
No, I just took JT's money that I picked up the dead guys.
I believe I let him.
I needed $100, I think, for the vest. I got $100.
Yeah, I think there was some kind of joke or something there, but I don't recall the details.
Joke with this group? No.
All right, Frontier Store is, I believe, 18.
On the worst organized map in existence.
Frontier Store?
No, I was looking at some. Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't realize that. Okay, so you guys are heading into town. You're going right to the Frontier Store, right? Okay. You going right down Main Street, cutting down. What's
Well, isn't that a loaded question?
I guess, is there anyone on Main Street?
We don't have to go through Main
Assume-
Street. We can just go.
Cut across on the creek and then go up?
Well, we're coming from the south, right?
Yeah.
I thought we were coming from over
cut
here.
across right here.
Yeah, just head down Creek Street, right over to the Frontier Store.
Yeah. So you ride into town and come along as you enter in there, and you coming down Creek Street, and you get to that corner where Angels is, and actually happens to be across the street, the Mountain View restaurant where Millie LaChance operates that as well. You know, Reeg's kind of relationship there, if you will. And you see a small gathering, just a few people, but gathering outside of Mountain View. And as you get closer, you see that they're consoling someone. And it looks to be Millie herself.
Oh.
As we get close, do we hear anything like in the conversation or words being spoken?
You can give me a notice check.
Yeah, I'm not bidding that. So. Oh, maybe not. Uncle James hears everything. I'm busy.
Okay. So as you kind of trot in and kind of see this going on and lean in a little bit, you know, try and overhear, you can hear not full on crying, but you know, maybe post tears and just a frantic and frustrated voice, and the other individuals there, in definitely consoling words and things, and you hear some things like, I'm sure it's just a mistake. You know, everyone knows this business is established. There's no reason that that your certificate would have went off file or something. So we'll get it straightened out. There's no worry. No reason to worry there, Millie. We'll take care of this.
I guess, do we know if she was aligned with the independent miners?
I mean, she was dating Reeg, wasn't she?
Yeah.
I assume.
You don't. Not necessarily. Yeah.
Alright, yeah, I guess John's going to, yeah, kind of ride up there closer and just, ask, like, somebody in the crowd there, like one of the, not Millie herself, she's, like, with other people, just go, what's going on here? What's happened to Millie's place?
Well, she showed up this morning to open up shop, and there was a post on the door that she could couldn't open up. That her certificate to operate no longer valid.
Who hands out those certificates and maintains that?
One second.
Not knowing how small business in 1884 works.
Potentially, let's see. You know, I don't know if SA office would. Here. Where is the... Where is there's not like a mayor's office?
There's
The
the
Houston
law
Manor,
office,
isn't it?
but that was...
Yeah, there's
Lawyers.
the mayor's house.
Yeah. I mean, it may not be too far. I guess I'm just trying to figure out. I guess regardless of which building it is, it's probably something to do potentially with Heaston, because he seems to run everything anyway in town. So.
Yeah, like I think it might be the SA. Yeah, I guess I think that's a little bit. Yeah, that's okay. It wouldn't be the SA office. Yeah, the city clerk normally handles that. But Millie's runs anything but a illegitimate operation here, so a lot of things going on around town past couple days. And
Any other places having trouble like this?
yeah, I think some people even, messed with some of Angel's income and stock, and even rattled the doctor.
We really quick. I know I'm not there, but we found out that Angel's Corner was owned or paid tribute to
Yeah.
who again?
Debony bought it out, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
After Angel's husband died.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Well, not that shocked.
And this whole street is kind of... Well, there's a lot of independent miners on this street, isn't there?
I mean, they're kind of all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or miners in general, I guess.
Why would they-
This
that's
was
what
more
the
kind of
doctor-
a African American black
Okay.
community, and then there was some attempts at trying to create a divide between them, and then kind of the Chinatown area as well.
Right.
Some of those cultural groups within the town. You got a sense that there was, potentially trying to pit groups like that against each other as well.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Are we, I don't know if there's much we can do now, John.
Yeah, I suppose we should probably keep heading on to the store, see if we can find Debony. Guess I'll just ask these people. Y'all haven't seen Frank around this morning yet, have you?
No, can't say I have. Just come over for breakfast and first thing of the day here, and been it. Assume he might be opening up shop.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
What restaurant was this?
Number 37, Mountain View.
Mountain View.
restaurant. Okay.
I think it's just kind of nod of the head and continue on to the store.
You trot around Creek Street and then up, take a turn there on 2nd Avenue to get to the Frontier store, and see that it's still, still decently early in the morning, but there's a few people out and about. Seems they're there to pick up any supplies they need, start their day. You come inside and you see
Didn't he have like a goofy name?
Hod and Buckshot,
Yeah.
the 2 employees there at the store, as you come inside, and kind of gives you a nod and says, welcome, friend. What can I do for you this morning?
I'm looking for Frank if he's about.
Oh, Mr. Debony, yeah, he's around back. Let me go see if he's available. Heads off for a moment and comes out, and accompanied by Debony, who kind of comes out. You can see in his face it starts with just generally inquisitive, but then sees you, and there's a change to recognition. Yes, hello. What can I do for you, friends?
Is there anyone else in the store at the moment?
There's like a shopper or two, yeah. Another,
Okay.
and then the 2 employees.
Okay. Morning, Frank. You think we might speak in your office? Assuming he has an office here.
Yeah. Please, what? Certainly. Yeah, kind of leads you back in there, into a little office in there. Simple desk. There's not even really a spot for you two to sit. Papers all over, things like that. But sits down, and his demeanor changes a little bit. He says, "So, I assume you have some updates?"
Could say that. Well, we did stake out Freak Street last night. Caught Gatling Keyston and a couple of his boys tearing up the town. Seems they were the ones causing all the trouble.
Some of the trouble.
When we I guess engaged them, they started shooting, so we shot back. Got every one of them, but Gatling. We got him now, but honestly not quite sure what we're gonna do with him.
So he's just... Where's he at now?
Oh, we got him secure location outside of town, but
How far out of town?
Far
How
enough,
far
I
is that?
suppose. Why, has people been out looking for him?
It will be.
What's there
They're
been
not already.
there been anything going on around town since we left? Past
I heard about some of the stuff on Creek Street. Heard there was quite the gunfight. Assumed it was you folks, but there was no I can say luckily on your parts, no identifying remarks yourselves, but
we did light Heaston up with a pretty little spotlight and call his name out. Any talk of him being associated with that?
no, I didn't stick around too much for the chatter. To get to the shop here. But What's your intent, Mr. Gatlin?
Well, not too enamored with the idea of just offing the kid. And as far as drawing the ire of Heaston Senior, seems like a poor play in any regard. He ain't harmed yet, so might just be able to take him back to his daddy, but haven't made a decision as of yet, I suppose.
Now, assume that puts you all in a situation, though, if he heads back to Jerem and runs his mouth.
True.
These boys have hurt a lot of businesses, a lot of friends of mine. And I think the lesson needs to be taught.
And what lesson would that be, Frank?
But the town isn't going to bend over for Heaston. Just because he wants to come and try and throw his weight around. I can take care of the boy if you want. Get him off your hands.
Damn it. I wish I had played a less moral character or something.
Less morally moral character.
He leans in a little bit
You know what I meant.
and he says, This will be an example. This will be a representation of the independent miners and their seriousness and their side of this argument.
It's likely to start a war. Well, it does sound like you're prepared to do that. But
He kind of leans back in his chair and you're almost certain you smirk.
Oh, hell.
well, John, you have a strong opinion either way?
Well, I ain't one for just having people killed over minor squabbles. It's a pretty big leap to turn some unrest about what's going on here in town and execute the man.
I didn't necessarily say that.
What's your plan then to make an example, as you said?
I'm just gonna make sure that Heaston knows that he's gotta play fair.
Well, you're gonna probably have to elaborate a tiny bit more before Reverend's gonna just hand him over.
Give me a give me a persuasion check.
Benny that.
I understand. I give my word that do no harm to the boy. I will just put him in a situation that his father, if he truly cares for his son, choose to come to the table and have a discussion.
And what if you don't come to the table for the discussion? What happens to Gatlin then?
I think at that point, won't matter. Easton will come to that table. Whether or not comes to play fair. Play at all.
Well, knowing Heaston playing fair ain't exactly his forte, but
Taps his nose. Listen, gentlemen, I'm looking to end this quarrel. End harassment and violence and destruction of this town. That Mr. Heaston feels that he can just come in and take over simply because of wealth and name.
now he seems pretty genuine about that. But does he seem like he's hello? Does he seem like he's telling the truth about not hurting Gatling?
Yeah, you give me a notice check on that.
Okay.
Dial it in a little bit more, but
Like he's not being sly. Like I'm not. Oh, okay. I don't know shit. I am on board. Let's.
You are convinced.
I am.
you feel very confident that
This
he's
is the
very
plan.
genuine, and there might be a hint, a tinge of kind of belief in this cause as well. You
Great. So now we have Uncle James taking his cues from a Manitou and politician.
Amazing.
I wouldn't say taking cues, more making deals. Well,
so, boys, how do you
Well-
want to fit into this?
Pretty sure I know how the next scene turns out.
well, if Gatling gets a chance to talk to his father, I don't think there's any hiding our involvement. Although, and in that case, I suppose if you were to set up a deal with him, it might be prudent for us to be involved.
I don't know about that.
You're saying a deal with Heason?
Yeah.
With Jerem, yeah. And what's in what way? What do you want out of this?
Backing.
What do you need money for?
I didn't say I needed it. I was talking about offering it up.
Oh.
Hmm.
I mean, you might as well throw in the bed there, Uncle James. Now that you're a believer,
Just offer up your money.
I know a guy.
He may be interested
He
in
throws
some
money
financial
around.
investments. Um, well, at the very least, making sure that Easton doesn't pursue us for our involvement. And well, one of our associates was interested in doing business with Easton, although now that as an investor, but now that this is all coming about, I mean, Easton wasn't very amenable to that idea anyways, but I'm sure he's quite adverse to that now. But
My intent is to not have much business left to be done with Mr. Heaston.
what does he mean by that?
You planning to kill him or run him out of town?
Yes.
This is yes.
One of those two
One
options.
of those two options
Yeah.
will happen.
Oh, because he knows he's not gonna come to play fair. Okay. You boys ready to start a war?
Make me a believer, baby.
Well, yeah, before you go to war and Houston torches your store, can I do a little bit of shopping?
Maybe you get that armored shirts gratis for everybody, John. Now's the time.
I'm gonna go ahead and get that, get a couple supplies, run low on ammunition too before I head out. Maybe the last time the Frontier store's standing.
He laughs and he certainly.
How many bullets
Where's-
are you using?
Where's
A lot?
this boy? You've got
Just tell him.
Just outside of town, back up at the mining claim.
what mining claim?
Well, you want to come with us and grab him?
Well, is that where
Or is
you're
there
at,
a
Phil?
location you want
I
us to
thought-
drop?
Yeah, come with them and grab them. That's what you want to be encouraging.
He isn't at Bob's.
Aw, hell.
What would make you
Bob?
think?
think you boys a little smarter than that.
You'd be mighty surprised.
You guys stayed
You took
there,
it. You took
that's like-
Heaston's captive son back to mining claim that basically started this whole thing.
Well, you told us that
Told you to take
Nobody-
care of him.
nobody knew our involvement.
Except for Gatling.
Yeah.
And his men, but we're not talking
I would
about
like to
them.
highlight the phrase "started this whole thing" for your consideration, Coopers.
Yeah.
Ask
Maybe
him
spend a
about the
penny.
letter. The letter.
What about the letter?
Bob's letter.
Oh,
Didn't we already ask him about Bob's letter?
We asked
Yeah.
Easton. We asked Gatling about what
Oh,
letter.
Devaney showed you guys the letter.
Yeah.
You didn't get to the paper.
I thought we told Debony that like we saved Bob,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh,
We did, but Debony
So
was the
let
one
me
that
kind
told
of
us.
restate that and say that there's some sarcasm and wryness to him saying that. He's implying that
we're idiots."
basically, like they're gonna potentially, that's gonna be a spot to look. as you
Yeah.
guys already assumed. But anyway,
We didn't have anywhere else to go.
So where do you want
The
to
whole
meet up
wide
with?
west.
Anywhere close by.
To
Practical.
go on the Blood Pond. I told you.
That's not
should
practical.
have went to
Go.
Blood Pond, man.
It's on the list.
They would not have looked for us at Blood Pond. Of
Just
that,
ask him-
I'm certain.
Probably not.
You can ask Debony where he wants us to meet him at. Then and he can talk to.
If he wants
talk
to tell us
JT
Blood
and
Pond,
whoever.
he can tell us Blood Pond.
Sure, Blood Pond.
I
huh?
had it.
Also, hey, just a side note, gang. If we ever want to investigate this whole Bogwater Bill thing, maybe we want to go to Bogwater Lake. I'm not saying that the people who wrote this module named things really on the nose, like Gatling Heaston, but
Also, the baseball diamond. Go play a game.
I want to go to the baseball diamond. I'm very curious about the baseball diamond.
it's a
Actually.
baseball diamond.
Yeah, but who's playing there?
Probably the independent miners versus Easton's miners.
And
That's real friendly.
Oh yeah.
the base game. They're gonna settle it over a baseball game.
9 innings of.
He'll say, oh no, okay, doesn't want to go there. All right.
Fort Bridger. We'll take him to Fort Bridger.
Hmm. I'm trying to avoid the version of this where an entire posse of Debony's guys accompany the Coopers back to
Mm-hmm.
Bob's mine to meet with us, because that's how I see this turning out.
You know what? Fuck it.
Except
This is a little place northwest of town, Blood Pond.
there it is. Go to Blood fucking Pond.
Why the? All right. Well, let me grab a couple supplies. I might need them.
Oh boy.
I'll have a couple. It won't be me, but I'll have a couple others come out, grab Gatling.
I was under the impression that JT and the Reverend had come like closer to town, and we were waiting. That we're not back at the claim. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's what we had discussed. I just didn't know if that.
I don't know. Is that what you want to do?
Well,
Oh, I thought
previously we had talked about getting close
Yeah,
and then sending someone in. That was
that's
kind of.
that's what I thought we were doing. God, I
We're
don't
gonna
like
have to-
that meme, James.
Yeah. We're gonna have to ride out of town to go meet up with you anyway.
it's accurate though.
Look, it.
Just full of water.
That work for you too?
Sounds like a
That
charming
would-
place.
You don't. Not one for getting the old wives' tales, are you there, Mr. Cooper?
No, heard tales about that, but I've seen some strange things out here. What suppose just give me anything too crazy out there that I haven't already come across.
All right. Well, see you out there this afternoon. Yeah.
All right.
And here's where we find out that Devaney's been working against us this whole time. He sends some men out to have us killed.
Yeah.
But let Hod know you. Bill is at my cost.
Well,
Unless you special
Dynamite?
order him.
JT's ears are burning all
But
the way out.
if you will, I have things to attend to.
Is the armor special ordering, or is that the in stock?
It depends. Probably has.
Okay.
we can look over that.
Yeah, we can do that offline.
So, he kind of ushers you out of his office, and he doesn't go back in himself. He kind of takes off and heads out of the store to somewhere. And you guys shop around a little bit, and then I assume you just head back to meet up with the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watching
them
to
that-
see if they're not followed or not.
Just, break our super smart plan to the rest of the...
All right. So you do some shopping, meet back up with the others, and let them know that Debony said he'll send a couple of people out to meet you, Blood Pond, make the exchange of Gatlin Heath. I guess if you want, there's still a few minutes here if you want to have that exchange.
Yes, Uncle James, how do you explain this to us?
Well,
And be careful, because Heaston is like here.
I assume, tied up, covered up in the back of the
Well, I could have been feeding him moonshine the
wagon.
whole time you were gone. He could be drunk as fuck.
as long as he's got all his nails.
Dies from liver poisoning,
How do I...
liver failure,
Um,
alcohol poisoning.
Well, we talked to Debony, and he claims he's trying to settle the feud between him and the Heaston company for good. And basically, oh wait, I'm sorry, I was not. Can we roll that back for a second? We don't necessarily want our let me put here. Sorry.
Or benefactor.
Our associate wants to strike a deal with Heaston and believes Gatling here would be the best way to bridge that or initiate that conversation. And well,
He
promises
doesn't.
he won't hurt him.
He promises he won't hurt him.
Yeah, seemed pretty genuine about it.
Now, just out of curiosity, Uncle James, does that offer extend to all the people that work for our associate, or is it just our associate that promised not to interrogate, befoul, murder, hang, or defecate on this man? Just checking to see if he's listening.
Now, never promise not to defecate on him, because as unpleasant as that may be, that I don't know if that's considered.
He did say no harm would come to him.
Yeah.
He wanted
Defecation
to,
is clearly a form of harm.
Okay, can we stop?
Yeah.
Why is this what we're talking about? Okay, he said he wasn't gonna hurt him. Do you believe
Yeah.
him, James?
Absolutely.
John, do you believe him?
Yeah, I think.
Said he wants to use.
I think Debony's. Well, I'll say
Yeah.
this. I think folks are smart enough to know not to anger Heaston too much.
Because this goes south, the whole damn town's gonna fight each other. A lot of folk are gonna die.
Well, more importantly, if it goes well, what protections do we have now that little broken army weapon over here is going to return and tell his dad that we shot all his guys in the middle of town, dragged him out here, beat him up multiple times, and tried to interrogate him? What protections do we have? Let's just pretend it goes well.
Well, I did say as a part of that agreement they're making that we would want to be a part of it to ensure that.
So we're throwing
To
our
ensure
lot
that,
in.
I mean, we don't necessarily have to. If y'all don't think that's the right idea, we still got time. But
I don't have any better ideas. Okay.
I figure,
I think
you
the way peace was going to be achieved was by Heaston leaving town. So if it goes well, I don't think we're going to have too much to worry about in that regard.
Well, I mean, our alternatives are not good. This at least gives us a chance to. And in your explanation, James, you said that they don't know about us. The only person that knows about us is Gatling. If Gatling isn't going back to his daddy right away, that gives us some time to do some investigating of our own.
correct.
I think this might be our best option. JT, do you agree?
Well, considering that Mr. Heaston spurned my original partnership arrangements and we sought Debony out, I think perhaps throwing in with the Independent Miners Guild.
Ixnay on the Ockingtay.
I keep forgetting that these guys here, so we have to just.
Knock this man unconscious again.
Bonk. Here, wait. I haven't.
It is possible that I could research a way to scramble the brains of Mr. Gatling.
Okay, all right. Where did he want to meet?
Well, we're taking the
Can I?
trip northwest of town.
Can I deal with the devil to cast slumber on?
God, I hope this fucking fails. Go ahead.
Or like,
What? Just I haven't used any bennies.
He's also already had a crit fail tonight, Todd.
Yeah. Just.
You can have more than one. Fucking trust me.
somehow I'm on 0 bennies. I only spent 1. What the hell?
All right. So.
You spent 2. Huh?
I was going to. I never spent the first one. I should have 3.
Well, then you weren't in the
God,
game when
can
I
I-
reset them.
Oh yeah, I did. I'd have to refresh once.
What is going on?
It showed you rolled an 8 on my screen. And it showed-
I probably knocked over.
Yeah.
What in the world?
Oh my word!
You should probably stop now.
No. No.
Those numbers all have one thing in common.
They're getting pretty close to.
There.
There we go. Jeez. One
Also-
penny left.
All of the dice, like the images of the dice over in the sidebar are broken for me.
yeah,
They're all-
with, non-card roll or things for me now.
Joker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even the cards are broken for me. I can't see them. Not that
just
I could see them before.
Probably
They're so-
refresh me.
Looks like a pair of 7s, a joker, and an ace, right?
Yeah.
Can't see what the other 2 are.
3 of a kind.
Yeah. Probably
What
the best thing I
what
can-
power you doing? Slumber?
Yeah.
And what does that take?
Oh,
How many
right.
PowerPoints?
If you limit it
2.
to
2 power
touch,
points.
if you limit it to touch, it reduces it to 1
Affects it.
PowerPoint.
On slumber?
Where-
Yeah, because it has a range. If you reduce the range to
Oh,
touch,
is that general?
yeah, it's a general limitation. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean,
So,
you'll with a 3 of a kind, you'll get plenty of points.
Oh yeah.
So he's asleep now?
Well, he still has to do a spell casting roll.
Right.
Right.
So you have 6. So you have 6 points. Are you gonna
And its
do?
touch,
You're not gonna do anything extra, so it's gonna cost you 1 point. So you have 5 extra that you can apply towards this. So basically, that allows you to be a success.
Unless you roll a crit fail, which you did.
Okay.
Let me actually post.
Let's see. Blah 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 blah. Those victim into deep sleep. Anyone affected? Oh, must make a spirit roll. Those
At
who
-2.
fail fall asleep for the duration of the spell. Okay. Yes, -2 because of the raised.
Here's where Todd dumps all of his sessions bennies just to spite us.
Yeah. I mean, it's mostly
It's-
just so that we can talk without
yeah.
having to.
It's fine. Yeah, go ahead. Narratively, it's fine. So he's asleep. You guys can talk, and
Okay.
he doesn't resist it because he's
Brain
in.
damaged.
So we're throwing in our lot with Debony. Come what may.
I don't know that we're throwing in our lot with Devony necessarily.
A position against Heaston is clearly a position against Heaston. And we're going to need allies.
Something about that man rubs me the wrong way.
Devony or Heaston?
Well, both, but Debony.
He's too eager to help us.
He's too eager to help us. He's got his own motivations. I can't imagine that he's out for the good of the independent miners. I mean, it's clearly money, but
Well, Uncle James, did you question this man's sincerity to his cause when you were there?
never gonna let you live down.
He seemed very passionate and sincere.
Oh my god.
There you have it.
Well, I don't
Uncle James
see, I don't
seems
see better
completely
options.
on board with this when as he describes this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so where does he want to do this little exchange?
Oh, you're gonna love it. It's one place we've been dying to go to, Blood Pond.
Oh.
See, even Debony knows we should take the man out there to interrogate him.
All right.
So, I would like to formally make you aware that I'm going to request from his men that we give him time once we hand him over.
Be given what?
Time. Whatever move they make to return Godwin Heaston to his father, we need a few days.
What do we want to do with those few days? Because we're here to find Buckles. We are somewhat closer, but really no closer to finding out what he was doing.
How close is the bench to us? Like, we're nearby it, right? Like, you can see it clearly
Yeah.
from the, yeah. I think JT just sort of points towards the bench. Well, there is clearly one high summit we have not attempted to reach.
We also haven't gone out to the Aspen Forest.
These are both locales we need to investigate before open warfare begins. Because as much as I appreciate the debonair of a man trying to fight a good cause for hard-working folk, I'm certain Heaston's going to react poorly and with much violence.
I'm also certain of that. Which one do we want to go first? Terry, if we go up to the bench and Heaston's men catch us, we're liable to anger him anyway, so maybe we should go to the Aspen Forest first. After Blood Pond, of course.
Do Debony seem pretty confident that Pieces Man would come looking at Bob's place for Gatling. You think it's safe to leave the nugget there?
I don't
Who's
think.
getting in the safe?
Yeah, that safe was ridiculous. I don't think anyone's getting into it.
Huh?
We've got the only combination. And they need the key, too, which we also have.
True.
They're liable to try to blow it up. And I'm not sure I want to. I'm not sure I want to be there when that happens. Anywhere near.
Just
66
the entire mountain
points.
just
Heaves up out of the ground and explodes.
like an atomic bouncing Betty.
Yeah, you all thought that everyone thought that the atomic program started with the Manhattan Project. No, it started in Uinta County. On
Two really, really
What day is
persistent
it?
gentlemen
May
and
20th.
dynamite.
20th, started in Uinta County on May 24th, 1884.
As you move to head out to your location of the handoff, northwest of town to Blood Pond, place you've heard of from Bud Ballock's brother. Swimming hole of them two as kids, along with the other interesting tales of the place, hoping that you're doing something that will help ease the tensions, calm the conflict that is ever growing in town. See what happens next time.
Ooh. Exciting session.
If
Very exciting.
if that's the case.
Alright, that's before Thanksgiving. Okay.
Oh yeah, is it?
I was like, we're getting close to Thursday being Thanksgiving, so I can't remember which one. It was 2
Yeah.
weeks.
We're good.
We'll go right around it. So, yep. All right. Well, good stuff. We'll see everyone in a couple weeks for that.
Alright. I just want to do any kind of shopping